Yes, guys, we are live. Welcome to Box to Box Football, and we're here for France versus Germany. The first game of the group was Portugal versus Hungary. Game finished 3-0. Wasn't
Yep.
It was a 3-0 game because like Portugal had the chances and should have scored before, but once the floodgates opened, it just went a bit mad. Ronaldo back two at the end. I think was it Guerrero who scored the
Yeah.
goal?
The deflected one. Yeah.
uh deflected one. But hey guys, we're here for the France game right now. I actually don't know what the exact team is at this moment in time. I should have my phone on
For
me right now.
which team, James?
For both, like
Okay,
both
so
teams, to be fair.
France is Lloris, Pavard, Varane, Kimpembe, Hernandez. Midfield is Rabiot, Kante, Pogba. Going forward is Griezmann, Mbappe, Benzema. Germany 3-4-3. Manuel Neuer, Matthias Ginter, Mats Hummels, Antonio Rudiger. Midfield 4. Joshua Kimmich, Tony Kroos, Ilkay Gundogan, Ruben Gosens, and going forward, Havertz, Müller, and Serge Gnabry.
Silver Surfer, good evening to you too.
Good evening. This is the worst Germany team we have seen for a minute.
Oh yes, definitely. Silver Surfer, tell me, who do you have winning today's game? And tell me, give me a score prediction too.
Can I put in the live comments? I can't, can I?
That's a shame. Sure, I'm pretty
you
sure
might be able to. I can do private chat, I think, which is with you. So like, I can send you that.
Yes.
In private chat, but I haven't got. Yeah. Okay, maybe I'll have to log in and actually watch us on YouTube. Here we go.
1-0 France. So you're predicting a quite boring game. France maybe get early or maybe a late goal.
It's not cold if you left it in your mouth to go cold. No. This is full throttle chill with intent. It's cold because we make it cold. It's just cold, actually. So, it's gentle.
Wait, it looks like Benzema might play out wide, Jack. How are you feeling about that?
I think he's very James. I think he's very capable across the board. You know, I'm not. My one issue with this game, I'm being conservative with my France pick purely because France are not good defensively. You know, goalkeeper and back four is not good. You know, and I just think that can be exploited by the right players. Serge Gnabry is going to have a huge game here. And especially if Hernandez or Pavard get too carried away, you know, Kimmich and Ruben Gosens can, you know, they can cause some trouble. I think one thing I've underestimated is the fact it's in Germany, James. You know.
Yeah. That's to me that's a huge part that people haven't. I don't like the way how this Euros is like being played. I'm really not a fan of it, if I'm being honest, Jack.
Yeah.
Like the way how teams have like. There's a lot of teams with home court advantage. It shouldn't really be like that.
Right. I agree with you.
I think being a Spurs fan, I definitely understand that. But at the same time, when it comes to France, I know he made a mistake in the World Cup final, but usually, like, he's on it with France. I don't see him always being a liability when he has a France shirt on. To be fair.
It'll be a fascinating game. I mean, this is you know, this is the one to really kick it off because Portugal did exactly what they needed to do. Big win, you know, especially in terms of goal difference. Huge win over Hungary, and you know, again, I'm one thing watching the Hungary game that I got absolutely sick of is, you know, talking about how some teams deserve things and other teams don't deserve things. Hungary didn't try and attack once. They don't deserve shit. I really don't. I just don't want to hear it. I mean, you know, if you're not trying to win the game, then to me, you don't deserve anything. And even if you can concede a deflected goal, you know, we saw the moment that they conceded that basically Hungary were like, oh no, now we have to try and score. And then Portugal scored 2 goals in 2 minutes or something like that, you know. So, you know, Portugal were optimistic, patient. Yeah, they got lucky. You know, they're going to have to beat teams like that. But in their group, you know, they're probably going to be the team without the ball for a lot of it. Silver Surfer, he always has a Nice, Jack. He always has a silly error in him regardless. It's just that France team is so good that it doesn't get noticed. Yeah, I tend to agree with you.
So kickoff is started now. Jack, how far are you into it?
I am 50 seconds in.
Oof, I'm a good bit behind you.
Are you watching it on TV or online?
So I'm watching it online on like ITV Player.
Oh right, okay. I've got it on TV.
Yeah, but yeah, listen, I agree too. Like it was a game that it looked like it was getting away from Portugal, but they somehow find a way to get a victory. Congratulations to them. But again, at the same time, it wasn't convincing. But again, it is the first game of the tournament, and most teams don't perform that well in the first game of the tournament.
But the reason why Portugal are dangerous is, Portugal are going to be dangerous against the teams who have the ball. Portugal playing against a team like Hungary isn't their game. What you want with Portugal is a team in transition, a team on the break, getting runners behind the ball, playing those passes. Germany looking good early. Man, Kai Havertz is so much taller than I ever give him credit for. I know he's like, was he 6'1", 6'2"?
Yeah, he's something like that. He's quite tall, to be fair.
And again, another narrative I think we need to bust. Cristiano Ronaldo did not play well.
Yes, he didn't.
He scored 2 goals, and that second goal, to be fair to him, was absolutely lovely. But, over the course of the 90, it was not pretty. Diogo Jota was frustrating. My goodness, that was very frustrating.
Oh, indeed he was. What's going on? This is the first time I think Kai Havertz really given responsibly he's given a proper responsibility for this German team. Like
right.
Before that, he had like Özil and Toni Kroos and all them guys around him. I know Toni Kroos is still there, but it's not the old team that we remember.
Right. Very narrow. Nobody around the back. Maybe somebody's going to peel here to the back post. Yeah, there he goes. And he wins it. Oh. I always like Mats Hummels. I've always had a soft spot for him as a player.
Yeah, he's one that I remember like back in Max is like Max Hummels when he was like Dortmund. Him and what's his who was that defender?
Neven Subotic.
Oh, yes. With
Piszczek and Marcel Schmelzer.
And I remember they had Nuri Sahin and Gundogan sitting. Beautiful.
Oh,
Jack, I'm good. I'm literally going to be right back. I gotta go see. Yeah.
So I guess I'll just throw some commentary out. It's just me right now. So I don't know about you guys if you're watching online or not. I've got it on the TV here so I can get kind of the latest thing. We're about 4 minutes in, and Germany are looking good. I mean, they are the home team. I think. Hey man, what's up? I think talent-wise, we got to be, we got to be honest here. France, I would say, are probably the more talented team, but just that defensive unit for France just worries me. I think Rafa Varane is largely overrated. Kimpembe, I'm not a huge Kimpembe fan. It's kind of an unpopular opinion of mine. I don't think he's that great, really. But obviously, when there's an N'Golo Conte, there's a way. Guys, he's a game changer. And I've always liked Pavard. Pavard has always struck me as I'd like to see him play central midfield. You guys might think I'm crazy on that one, but I think Pavard would be a great central midfielder.
Charge in the middle, incidentally, taking charge of his first major tournament international to Spaniard, Carlos del Cerro Grande.
Oh, Gnabry nearly got by.
Yes, Silver Surfer. We're also. Thank you for actually coming on. Watching us again. If you have any questions, let us know.
Yeah.
We're always ready. Always ready for any fascinating questions about anything. To be fair.
I was just saying, N'Golo Kante, when there's N'Golo Kante, there's a way. No matter how, if you don't trust the defense or anything like that, that's fine. But with Kante playing, you've always got a chance.
For real. Like he makes such a big difference to a team. It's unbelievable.
Yep.
Oh, that's a bit of a loose ball by Benzema.
James, I was saying, I'd like to see Pavard in midfield. I'd like to see him try as kind of a box to box kind of holding.
I just think if it wasn't a team so talented like this.
Oh no! Sorry, not in this game internationally. I just mean in club football during the season. I'd just like to see him try. Because I think he'd be really good there.
I mean, Pavard to me is that he's a player that I'm not sure what he is yet. Is he a
center back?
Neither. Is he a right back? Because that's where he's played the majority of his career.
You know who he kind of reminds me of? He kind of reminds me of a shorter Scott McTominay. Mm-hmm. I don't know how disrespectful that is. Obviously, he's a lot better than Scott McTominay. But that's kind of the style I get, which is I just feel like he's somewhat wasted at right back. Ref, come on, get out of the way. Oof. Man. Yeah, Goretzka's a huge loss.
Oh, yes. Definitely. I'm pretty sure once it touches the referee, like the game stops and then like they restart it.
I think it's up to the ref's discretion. But yeah, a lot of the time I think you are right. Yeah, man. Robin Gosens against Pavard down this German left-hand side, French right-hand side is going to be very, very interesting.
What do you think Thomas Muller is going to bring? Because for some reason, when it comes to the Euros, why do you think Thomas Muller doesn't deliver in the Euros?
Well, I don't know. I think that Muller's the type of guy. He's always delivering. I mean, I'm sure you're talking maybe about goals. But for me, he offers so much more. And he's such a killer. Mentality wise, he's so strong.
But I feel like Muller only became this assist guy recently. Before then, I think I always just knew him as just first of all, work hard for the team, but in position to score goals. That's what I need Muller for. He's now become, especially with Lewandowski in this team, where he knows that he's not going to be the main goal scorer anymore. Because even during like with the Bayern team, Mandzukic, yes, he was the striker, but he wasn't the main goal scorer. You look to Muller to score goals more than Mandzukic.
Yeah, I mean, I would still say that Mandzukic should be scoring more goals than Muller in a given season. But I think the thing with Thomas Muller, he created that position for himself, James, the Raudmeter, the space investigator role. And I don't know.
Quite interesting space like yeah. We're right now just giving new names to number 10s.
Right, right, basically. I just think he intangibles, all that stuff. I just think he brings a lot to any team he's playing for. It's the type of player I think he'd have unbelievable success in the Premier League.
Oh yeah,
I'd love to see him in the Premier League, but I think the closest was maybe Manchester United in 2017 or something like that. But even then, I never looked like leaving Bayern.
Yeah, I see him like being at Bayern for a while again till like his legs probably go, and then Bayern be like, yeah, we've had enough.
Yeah, right. Nice, well played. Oh, that's soft.
Do you feel like an underrated part of Rudiger's game is ability to like to bring the ball up the pitch?
No, I mean, he is good at that. He's not great at that. What I'll say though about this game, James, is there's nobody putting pressure on him. From when I'm watching it here, I can see pressure on pressure on Kimmich, and then pressure on Hummels. But Rudiger's really being kind of allowed to do what he wants. It looks like they're really trying to overload that left hand side for France. There's way more guys down that side.
I will find it really weird with them. Out of all the defenders that they want to pressure, it would be Max Hummels, who's probably the best on the ball out of all of them. I feel like when they don't have the ball, they just seem to just drop into like a low block, not exerting any like energy like that. Got powered.
France getting on the ball a little more now.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I think Rabiot is so overrated. Yeesh.
And Mbappe is such a threat. Every time he gets it, I just feel like the whole crowd just has a breathe. Like, whew. Everyone just stops breathing. Like,
it's so scary. It's so scary because the moment he knocks that first hit and accelerates towards it, like, good luck trying to catch him.
But that's the thing about Mbappe is that a lot of our favorite players are like players who love to cut inside. And Mbappe don't really cut inside like that, Jack. He's more of going on the outside.
He just goes to wherever the space is,
basically,
which is what all good players should do, but a lot of them don't. So Benzema is peeling off Rudiger. What a touch that is by Benzema. Benzema is peeling off Rudiger in attack though. Defensively, they seem to let him go, but offensively, seems like a mano type job. Good challenge. A lot of fluidity to that French front three.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Deschamps was just gone, you guys are good at your jobs. Work it out.
Yeah, I'm so behind you is actually ridiculous. But guys,
really?
Again, if you have anything to say, let us know. Comments, guys. Give us something to talk about. Anything. Also let me know what you think about this game. Germany seems to have edged it out, but France look like they've grown into it a bit more now. Jack, if you had to have one chance fall to any French player, who would it be? Mbappe or Benzema?
Oh, geez. Geez. Is it just a one shot in the box type deal?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. If there's no kind of dribbling or no work you have to do to get in a position, then I'd go for Benzema. I think. We rant and rave about Mbappe, but we have to remember that a lot of his skill set is based on just his raw physical ability. Whereas Benzema, I'm not saying Benzema is not fast, strong, and all those things. He is, but Benzema is it's more of a cultured, finisher. He's more experienced, knows his stuff. Do
you feel like Mbappe may peel off the way Thierry Henry did in his career, like hitting into the 30s?
Yeah, no, it worried. It worries me for sure, James. Any player who's reliant on their physical attributes, unless they put the work in to try and change their game, unfortunately, they're going to fall off a cliff. You and I talked recently on Twitter about Ronaldo, and the kind of tendinosis that he's been suffering with for most of his career. Cristiano Ronaldo has changed his game so drastically, people wouldn't believe it. Pogba's going to want that back. Damn. But yeah. I mean, you know how it is, James. If you've got the skill set of Andrea Pirlo, if you get slower, no big deal, right? But if you're, if you've still got that touch, then you can play. James, I was saying to friends in the car recently, and I'd be interested to hear what you think about this, actually, mate. If Leo Messi wants to play holding midfield in a heavy possession-based team when he's 40, I think he can. Do you know what I mean? You don't think Messi? No, do you not? No, you don't think he can just pass and move and like keep play going, play nice little passes? No,
because Jack, you still have to. The ball will turn over at a time, and like people talk about, oh yeah, Pirlo, but Pirlo read the game so well. I'm not saying Messi can't read the game well, but Messi don't move the way Pirlo does. I feel like Messi can be in a position where he can be a 10 and like dictate, and have protection in front of him. I mean behind him. Anything to do with like him like holding and like having nothing kind of behind him to protect him is, I'm not a fan of it. But Messi looks like he can definitely alter his game. I see Messi like in a number 10 role, just dictating. Because even now, like Messi's game has changed so much. To me, he's even more of a playmaker than ever before.
Right.
Like watching the Argentina game, he's not in the box every 2 seconds. Jack, he's deep. And it's not one where Messi's deep and he's beating players. He's deep and he's just he's receiving the ball. He's playing 1-2s. He's finding plays. You see that amazing little dink that player should have scored.
Yeah.
Great save.
I think it's gone pretty much as I expected it to. I mean, so far, what are we, 17 and a half minutes in? Like, I don't know. I felt like there was a certain level of people had already given France the Euros to a certain extent. And it's kind of like, well, come on, guys, they still got to put the ball in the net and not concede. Those are two difficult things to do against these big teams.
But let's be honest, like, talk about being favorites, Jack. The last time we seen a team being this so dominant squad-wise is Spain, and we know how dominant that the great Spain team was. This French team is just absolute, like, name-wise, their fourth team could compete in the Euros, and that's saying something,
right? Right.
Think about the players who didn't make it. Go look at the under 21s.
That's a good pass. Oh, well played, Neuer. Oh, that was a scary Mbappe. You'll see it in a second here. That was a German fans' heart in their mouth type moment when that through ball went through.
What do you think about Gundogan and his role there? Would you want him playing a little bit more higher, where he can do what he did for Man City? Because we know he is great on the ball, but do you show everyone his effectiveness in the final third? Do you feel like that might be something that they should look at a bit more?
I do, but I think then you're kind of overloading the attacking phase of the game with your Havertz, Gnabry, Müller, and then him. So I think if anything, maybe drop Havertz a little deeper.
Also, Jack, Manuel Neuer read that ball so well.
I know.
He's like, I get it. There's a lot of pretenders to the throne, but when it comes to being a sweeper goalkeeper, there was no one better in the game than Manuel Neuer.
Yeah, he reads it so well. I don't know. I'm a little down on a lot of the Man City players, apart from a couple of the defenders and De Bruyne. Again, purely because I think. Oh no! I won't tell you what happened, but something's happened.
I can tell it's a German. It's a Germany goal, right? Oh my days! 1-0 France, guys. Oh my days! France.
Pogba, little ball out wide to Lucas Hernandez and Mats Hummels. That is a bad own goal. I mean, people talk a lot about, you have to do something.
Wonderful ball,
you're putting the defender in it. Yeah, great ball from Pogba.
That is a serious finish. To be fair,
they talk about putting the goalkeeper, putting the defender in a bad position. He could have done.
Indeed, it was. That was a serious own goal. To be fair, if that was a striker, that's a great finish. Did he hit the ball into the ground?
Into the top corner, yeah. He did an Ozil.
All I'm going to say is that, listen, this French team is great. The last thing that they need is just to give them own goals.
Right.
They're already great as it is. Oh, listen, that's a wonderful finish. First of all, also it's a good ball by Lucas Hernandez. In the game, he can't adjust his feet well enough and hits off his shin at the same time. If it does come off his foot, it goes that way. Because it come off his shin, it's a serious goal.
But in answer, kind of trying to continue on that conversation from before, mate. I just don't look at the Man City team and see them outside of that Man City setup and think of them as the same type of players. And we haven't really seen that yet.
What about Kevin De Bruyne?
Well, that's what I said. Some of the defenders in De Bruyne obviously are an exception, but Foden, Sterling, Gundogan.
Please don't say Gundogan was playing.
Oh, damn.
Please don't say Gundogan, because out of all the players, Gundogan is he was already established before he joined Man City. He's not like a lot of the Man City players who only got great during Man City.
But he didn't really start for Germany though. Prior to Man City, he didn't really get his credit. He joined Man City, didn't make an immediate impact. It's only over the last 18 months or so that we've even seen him. Silver Surfer, where do you think Pogba will end up? You know what? I think that there isn't enough money in European football right now to give Paul Pogba what he wants. So I think that what's probably going to happen is he'll try and sign an extension with Manchester United. I'm not telling you it's going to be for more money. I'm not telling you it'll be for less money. I don't know. But I think that his offer from Juventus or Real Madrid or whatever, it would be way less. That would be my guess. And if I was Paul Pogba, you got to start weighing up, is the football important or is the money important? Because if the money's important, you stay at Manchester United. If the football's important, I'd head somewhere like Real Madrid or Juventus. Ooh, that was soft.
Jack, I'll be back in 2 seconds, all right?
Okay, mate. That was soft free kick. But yeah, I think Pogba will sign a new contract at Manchester United. That would be my guess. If I was his agent, I'd try and persuade him to take less money, maybe go back to Juventus. Try and push for a move to Real Madrid. Maybe even Paris Saint-Germain. Honestly. What do you think, Silver Surfer? What do you reckon, mate? We have a Germany free kick. I would say that is nearly bang on 25 yards, maybe 26 yards. Tony Kroos and Thomas Müller over it. Hugo Lloris is giving up a lot of that left-hand side of the goal. We got Havertz and Gundogan running in. Wall did well. Tony Kroos on the ball. Lost out to Pogba. Rudiger recovered.
I need to go enjoy my sheesh in a minute, Jack.
Okay, mate. I hope he goes back to Juventus or maybe PSG as well. Yeah, no, that's what I think. Take a pay cut, see if you can get a move. But I think he is going to be pretty money motivated, and Manchester United will probably be the team to give him the most money.
But Jack, do you feel like do you not feel like the easy option is going back to Juventus and doing what?
No, because they don't have the money. They don't have the money for him.
No, but okay, I'll give you Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Real Madrid, tune instincts, but I feel like the hardest thing that he could do is to stay in Manchester and pursue to help Man United win a title and get back to where they were. Are Juventus that far off Serie A?
Probably not. But James, you have to understand they can't afford him. They cannot afford him.
No, but I'm just saying, like you guys saying he goes back to them places. Like I feel like Real Madrid is also an easy way out. Him staying in mind, actually. United need his leadership badly. Like they do.
I don't think they do. I think we saw.
I feel like that's such an underrated part of Paul Pogba's game, his leadership. Do you not feel so, Jack?
I don't see it. I really don't see it that way. I look at this past season. I think Man United's best midfield was McTominay, Fred, and Fernandes. Seriously.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Pogba is a better individual player, I would say, than all of those players, including Fernandes. I would take Pogba in terms of his talent. But no, I don't think Manchester United need him. Luke Shaw's been at the club a long time. You got Maguire there. Cavani's signed an extension. Marcus Rashford's a great leader. Scott McTominay's shown himself to be a good leader. I don't think they need him like that. For me, the only way it happens is if Toni Kroos free kick, just over the bar. The only way I see him making a return to Juventus anyway is if Manchester United can benefit from a player coming the other way. So if Manchester United manage to get, Demiral or say they fail to get Sancho and they get, Bernardeschi or Fede Chiesa or something like that, then maybe. But they're not just going to sign him out of the blue. They need to get rid of, a Ramsey, a Ronaldo, a Dybala. They need to clear that wage bill.
I agree. Like Juve aren't in the most healthiest spot right now. So I think like more or less it's like balancing. It's about balancing the books for them, but also like Jack, they have a lot of players on board.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So it's like how do you not have money when you have all these players on board, and how many of them really want to leave Juventus?
I'd say probably not many want to leave, but you also have to consider the prospect that not this coming season, but the season after, we might be looking at a squad that doesn't play Champions League football.
Do you also feel like one of the reasons behind all this is like the fact because they get a lot of free agents and players allowed to discuss more about their contracts and get a bit more money for their contracts?
Mm-hmm.
You believe that that's also like that also pulls them back a bit because you pay the fee.
Yeah. Absolutely.
The wages are a bit less than you getting to play on for free.
Oh, Kimmich. Oh, good defending. What's going on here? So Kimmich, kind of a blistering run down the side here, beats Hernandez, nips around Kante. Yeah, Kimpembe just see, to me that's a shoulder to shoulder. I think that should still be part of the game. If you start giving that as a foul, you lose all contact from the game, in my opinion.
Sorry, my thing actually turned off, so I gotta reset it.
Okay. This is the most fluid match till date in Euro 2020. Yeah, I would say so. I mean, it's two teams trying to win the game. I think that's the biggest. That's the biggest thing. Generally speaking, what a lot of the matches we're seeing right now, it's a team who's clearly better against a team who's clearly worse. And we know what the game's going to look like. One team's going to have 70% of the ball and most attempts, and the other team's going to stick 11 men behind the ball and try and frustrate the opposition. Whereas France and Germany, I'd say there's going to be belief in that German setup to say that we can beat France. And, France are world champions. So there's definitely going to be some faith on France's part to beat Germany. Germany also at home helps level out the match. So it's nice to see some great football. I'm personally always been the believer that the Champions League always has the highest quality football because I think there's a lot of players internationally who miss out on tournaments, and you're not getting the best 11s against one another. But what I would say is that this is one of the few games, usually in international football, in the early stages, where we do have two better teams, both of whom think they can win this game, playing against one another.
Agreed. Tunisia. I seen this thing on HATC Sports saying that the Euros are harder to win than the World Cup.
That's not true. It's not
and
true.
I was like, they were breaking it down how oh yeah, you might get a team who is it, like a Tahiti, or who's the team that England played that you won 6-1 in?
Oh, what, in the World Cup?
Yeah.
I can't remember. Let me try and get this up.
But like, you play against some lesser teams in it. But I'm like, when I think about the World Cup, I think, if I'm being honest, the World Cup is the hardest trophy to win. You know, because when was the last time you've seen a team go back to back in a World Cup?
But it's because it's 4 years apart. It doesn't.
No, but Spain also went back to back, but they failed to do it for the World Cup. You know,
but that's because it's 4 years in between both things. You know, we don't. No team has, well, historically has dominance over that long a period of time. You know, even that great Real Madrid team, the three-peat, that's still only over a 3-year period. You know, the World Cup is over a 4-year period. The squad turnover, the change in people's lives and stuff. It's never. If the World Cup was every year, I would still maintain the Champions League.
Would you want the World Cup to be every year?
No, I don't think so, because it takes
every
away.
2 years?
No, I like the way. I really, seriously, I know people will go, "Oh, come on, like, you're killing us."
No, Jack. I totally agree with you too.
I like
what makes the World Cup so great is the fact that it's only every 2 years, and like when it comes on, it takes over everything. You know,
like, don't get me wrong. I fully believe that the quality of a Champions League final will always outweigh the quality of a World Cup final. That's something I believe.
Not particularly.
Oh no, I think so. I feel quite strongly about that.
Look at the recent finals. What you tell Man City, Chelsea over Croatia, France?
Yes, hands down.
Yeah, that's
not even close.
But that Croatian team is very good. Netherlands,
yeah,
Germany,
James,
Argentina, Argentina.
Yeah, but that Argentina team is trash apart from the forwards. James, the club football is always better.
But like, you can say that for the PSG team.
It's economic. It's economics. It's economics.
So we have a comment from the Silver Surfer here.
A stat says that the more number of players from a country participate in the CL, it increases their chances of winning. Oh yeah, well, absolutely, because the better quality players are in the thing. I think that there are fewer great clubs than there are great nations, which means there's a greater density of talent in a football club than there is in a nation. But like I said, I like the specialness of it being every 4 years. Personally, things like Cristiano Ronaldo playing and scoring in 5 Euros. That's unbelievable.
Incredible. This guy holds this guy's record after record. Every goal he scores, it's a record.
I have something for you, James, though. So what's more impressive, Ronaldo playing in and scoring in 5 straight Euros, or Platini scoring
Platini
9 in 1? Really?
Platini,
Okay.
But Jack, as one campaign, he buried 9 goals in it. That's ridiculous. And I remember going back and watching it. It wasn't just 9 goals; these were crucial goals. Ronaldo, don't get it twisted. Like, he's won the competition and all that, but if someone gave you a goal record and someone scores 12, 11 in 25 games compared to in like 7 or 6 games, you score 9 goals. What's more impressive? Of course, but Platini's more impressive.
Was that in 80? Yeah, it was. It was in 84, wasn't it? Yeah. I just thought it was interesting from a longevity point of view. I just thought it was interesting.
What was that? What?
Julian. Good defending.
What was I was actually gonna ask you a question and I totally forgot it. Oh my days. Hopefully I'll remember it as we go on. But Jack, what to you is more important to win, a World Cup or a Champions League?
Oh, what? Just the one?
Yeah, what's more important to
well,
win?
A World Cup.
Okay, because I remember we having this discussion. You're like, winning the world Champions League is better than winning the World Cup, and I'm like,
I think no. I do believe winning a Champions League is harder than winning a World Cup, purely because the quality of opposition, in my idea, is harder. In my opinion,
I don't believe too, because first of all, it's every 4 years. You have to
but
you have to also qualify.
But James, that doesn't change the difficulty of it. That just changes how common it is. Oh my God. Okay, James, talk to me about what Neuer just did when you see it in the next 30 seconds or so.
First of all, I hate that I'm so behind.
Can you not just crack on a TV? Have you not got a TV there?
It's downstairs, but then I have to move all my equipment downstairs, and that's just wrong.
Have you seen it yet?
No. Right there.
England winning the World Cup or Roma winning the Champions League? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Jack, is that really a question?
I'd go with England winning a World Cup. Man, those are two. I'm smiling even thinking about both of those.
Mamo Neuer such a goat.
Yeah, wasn't that sick? It's like a scrum half in rugby.
But Jack, that shouldn't really be a question. You know, I don't think that should be a question. Like, I personally, as much as like I love Arsenal.
Oh, finish! You donkey! Your buddy Gundogan just missed a should have scored kind of opportunity.
What, Mr. Tiger? Or?
No, just completely screwed his shot. Difficult technique, to be fair, but
what's it called again? Yeah, going back to that, like, as much as I love Arsenal and like my love is to see Arsenal winning a Champions League would be everything to me, Jack. I will just tears in my eyes. Nothing will come close, in my opinion, to see Nigeria winning a World Cup. Oh my, like Jack, it's that's to me like.
But what do you think? What do you think is? But the thing is, do you not get a feeling of like one thing is closer to happening than the other? Do you know what I mean?
Right now, we're both far away from either.
right.
Like if I'm being honest, but one thing I realized, international football.
The difficulty for me there, just quickly, is the reason why I might take Roma winning a Champions League is because I feel like Roma are way further away from winning the Champions League than England are away from winning the World Cup. You know what I mean? Like, I want to take the thing that's less likely so I can have it, you know?
World Cup comes around everyone's in a while. It's been 1966 since England have last won one. You can be out like that. Between that time, Roma could have 5 chances of winning.
Roma haven't even won a Scudetto in like 30 years. So
yeah, but England haven't won a World Cup in like 100 years.
Yeah, but we're not talking about a domestic league. We're talking about a Champions League. Like, if we haven't won our own league in 30 years, how are we going to win a harder competition?
I've said this, and I was talking to Jetta about this. Messi would pick winning a Copa America with Argentina than winning another Champions League with Barcelona.
Yeah, because it's another Champions League. That's the thing.
No, but like to me,
he's not won the Copa America yet, has he?
To me, does another Champions League change anything for Messi? No, it still stays the same. If he wins with Argentina, Jack, the conversation becomes just different. Oh, I finally did it with Argentina. You guys can't say I haven't been successful.
Roma, I don't know if what this is even called. So that doesn't even, oh God's sake. So Roma have won literally like one Europa League in 1960, and that was it. That's Roma have literally never won the Champions League in their history.
Personally, as much as I love like my club, I just gotta pick it's to me. It's not just
Arsenal have won the European Cup, haven't they, once?
No, we won the Cup Winners' Cup. We won the Cup Winners' Cup. We will never won the UEFA Cup or Europa League.
Oh, good press, Kante. This game's still close though.
It is. But Germany to me, it's just with this Germany team, they just lack that extra bit of quality, in the final third. Is this played in Allianz Stadium?
Yeah. It's been played. That's kind of part of the reason why Germany have much more of a shot, Yeah, I mean, I would like England. Like, I'll tell you this. If England winning the World Cup was like on the path to winning the World Cup, it was like beating Brazil and France, and like that would make me and Germany in the final, I'd be like, oh my God.
Oh, listen, I feel like England beating Germany in a final was just, or on the road to anything. It's just because listen, I went back and looked at the history. Germany have ate you up a number of times.
Oh yeah,
in a giving you it. Goodness gracious me.
We beat them 5-1 once, though.
Yeah, but that was come on, Jack. Come on. Like this is what I don't like about you English people. Like the way you milk failure is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I would never hear the amount of times I hear about 1990 World Cup. I'm like, did you guys win it? I understand you came close, you lost on penalties, but it's like you guys milking more than Germany, who actually won it. You're on 96.
Had our fair share of bad luck, though. I think of the Lampard goal, the hand of God. It's not been that there've been a lot of occasions that have not been. But that's no. But the thing is, I don't even think that's bad luck. That just shows a weak mental. There's a weak mental level. Level of strength there.
Yeah, because you guys go out on penalties. It's ridiculous the amount of times you've been. It's like 6 times.
Yeah,
I mean, you have Germany, and you have Germany again.
It's why we
Argentina.
Italy,
Portugal.
It's why
Italy,
we have
Portugal,
always struggled.
6 times you went out.
It's why I have always struggled with whenever we play conservative, because it just feels like we're biding our time until we get to penalties where we'll just lose.
But you did beat Colombia.
But again, I'm not trying to disrespect Colombia, but we should be beating Colombia just straight up. Oh, good control. Dude, Paul Pogba and chest control should release an album.
Paul Pogba in holding off play should release an album, because when he gets that hand up, Jack, it's actually a shutdown.
Yeah.
Jack, once it's halftime, I'm going to just go make my wrap so I can enjoy it. I'm hungry, unfortunately.
All right. Oh, that was so lazy.
Pop.
You idiot.
Also, first of all, the level of quality at times in this game by France has been beautiful.
There's been some really nice football. I was chatting with kind of Silver Surfer here, who's putting some messages in. Like, it's nice to watch 2 teams who both trying to win the game. Like a lot of this tournament has been a clearly better team attacking and a clearly worse team defending. It's not like, Germany are at home. They'll fancy themselves a little bit. And France are the world champions. I know it was, 2 years ago now, but still, a lot of these players are still the exact same. 3 years ago now. Oh my God. 3 years ago. The World Cup, 3 years.
Man, it feels like I can't believe it's been that far.
I know it's nuts, isn't it, man? Well, trust me, COVID did a number on all of us.
For real. What do you think about Paul Pogba's short sleeve, long sleeve? He's trying to. I don't know. What's he trying to do? Like Allen Iverson,
Yeah, he's trying to create a bit of a style for himself here. Pogba likes to mix it up. I've always thought that was cool. My favorite Paul Pogba match ever was that the Manchester derby where he dyed his hair blue, and he was dyeing his hair blue because I think he was being linked with a move to City actually from Man United, and he dyed his hair blue, and like Souness and Keane and all these guys were like tearing him to shreds, and I'm pretty sure he scored 2 goals and they won.
Yeah, they came back from 3-2 down.
Oh, dude, Pogba's the man. I really like him.
My favorite Pogba game was a game against England, friendly against England. They got a man sent off France. They still end up winning the game like 4-2 or like 4-3. What I seen from Pogba that day made me think that if this guy gets his head together, he will be the best midfielder in the world. It was that special of a performance. He was sensational,
game changer.
Again, guys, if you have any other comments, please drop it down below. Again, I haven't seen much of Gnabry. I need to see a little bit more of him. But Jack, I'm going to just go grab this sheesh.
No worries.
Just keep everyone really occupied, guys. Again, if you have any questions, please pop it down in the comments. Jack's gonna read them out. I want to make a quick wrap, and I'll be back.
Sweet. I'll be honest, I don't think we have anybody in here right now. I don't know if anybody's in here right now. Thoughts on the game? It's good. I think we're still waiting for something to kind of really blow it up, but it seems to be really competitive, which I think is really good. We need that. Get us on mute. Right, we'll wait for James to get back here and have a little discussion until we get on to the second half, ladies and gents. All right. Okay. Right, we are just returning from the ads. I hope people are up with me on the TV and not watching it on their computers, purely because we can get kind of up to the latest and greatest. So I think we've got punditry for ITV, I believe, is Roy Keane, Patrick Vieira, Righty, and is it Mark Pugach, the presenter?
The goal was a shambles, and it sort of encapsulates a bit of a pity first half, doesn't it?
Yeah, I thought Johnny started pretty okay. I thought for 15 or 20 minutes, but again, shocking goal to give away. You get the question, French have been at 50 or 60%. They have to do a lot more compliment, and they actually look dangerous. But I'm enjoying it. Very good.
Anybody watching? What do we make of the Roy Keane Vieira rivalry? What are we saying?
From a French point of view, they're just going into a situation where it's a throw on. You know, it looks pretty comfortable for them. When you look at it like that, you look, oh, that's pretty easy. But once you see Pogba and the quality of that ball, that's not easy outside of the foot. And then almost gets these sprinkles in a
Thoughts on the first half? Yeah, good. I mean, you know, like I said, it's nice to see two teams playing one another who are both trying to win the game. France, great for the goal. Obviously, it's unlucky the fact that it was an own goal. But I think that there's plenty of room in this game for Germany to score. France, guys, you know, France are a little overrated. I'm just putting that out there. I know these are world champions from 3 years ago, but, you know, and a lot of the team is the same, but, you know, the team's gotten a little older. And this is Germany not at their strongest. And, you know, apart from an own goal, this game is 0-0. And Germany have had some decent enough chances. So yeah, second half we'll see what happens. I think there's going to be a greater impetus for Germany, of course, and France will have to kind of just deal with the consequences of that. But what I will do now, I just want to check the subs actually to see who can maybe come on for the Germans and make a difference. So you got Halstenberg, Kevin Vollen, Timo Werner, Bernd Leno, Niklas Süle, Lukas Klostermann, Neuhaus, Leroy Sané. See, like Leroy Sané would be somebody, even a Timo Werner, you know, a Sané and Werner for the wide players might be kind of interesting, and maybe Emre Can through the middle. You know, like that. There's enough to do there for a comeback. I do believe that there will be a chance for a comeback. I'm just not strictly sure we're going to see it because, you know, the French can make changes too, and you know we haven't even gotten to their subs yet. So you've got Longley, Thomas Lemar, Giroud, Dembele, Tolisso, Zuma, Mandanda, Lucadinha, Coman, Ben Yedder, Magnan, and Jules Koundé. So, you know, there's easy positions there that you can kind of bring on and potentially try and close up the game a little bit. The one thing I would say though is Tolisso isn't strictly the kind of guy you might want to bring on in that midfield. Straight interesting. Werner can't finish. I know, but the thing is, if Timo Werner works really, really hard, so if Werner can run the channels, chase the ball down, be aggressive, then I do think that there is a really, really good opportunity potentially for Werner to kind of chase down the ball here a little bit. And then, you know, maybe tee up somebody who actually can finish, you know. Ooh, Antonio Rudiger bit Pogba. I want Dembele on for Griezmann. I don't think so. Not while it's 1-0. Oh my God.
And his parachute to get capped on the corner of the Spider Cat
Oh my God. I didn't see this. Greenpeace protester. What? That's crazy. Have you guys seen that? The Greenpeace protester with his parachute. That's mad. Anyway, I want Dembele on for Griezmann. Not while it's 1-0. I think if it gets back to level, then maybe bring on Dembele for Griezmann, and have Benzema kind of quite strictly through the middle and Mbappe strictly down the left. What happened? Well, so Greenpeace are obviously this kind of charitable organization, and I guess it was a protest. Maybe his parachute had something written on it. I'm not sure, but he parachuted down into the stadium. So I don't know whether he got off a passing plane or whether he just climbed up on a building and was kind of like base jumping. I'm not sure, but he managed to parachute himself into the thing. Some of the stuff hit Didier Deschamps, and then Antonio Rudiger kind of picked him up and was like, "Dude, what the hell are you doing?" Oh dear. Oh man. No, I think if I'm Germany, I leave it for now. I leave it for now, and then I think as we get a little bit later into the game, I think maybe somebody like Leroy Sané. But the thing is, a lot of the German subs are going to be better players to bring on when you're already winning a game, not when you're down. Yeah, it's fascinating. And then if you're France, again, I would just leave it as is. Maybe Tolisso comes on at some point, But then again, they don't really have. I mean, maybe Giroud comes on to save the legs of somebody like Benzema it's interesting. It's kind of a close game. France and Portugal to go through. I think that's what's going to happen. I mean, I tried to think it out the other day with James I was talking to him about like maybe France won't go through. If they're too, if they're overconfident, then I could see France, a little bit of a lapse of concentration. But so far so good. I mean, I know it was an own goal, but so far so good in terms of being up against Germany in Munich. So I would say France probably to go through first, maybe second, and Portugal are just going to be that team that are going to just be a pain, and the reason why I had, prior to the tournament starting, I had Portugal winning the whole thing is because I don't think they're going to look convincing in any game, but I think that they're always going to look dangerous and they'll always score. They'll be solid enough defensively. They have plenty of change that can come off the bench. I believe it's 6 substitutes in this tournament. So, we will see. But yeah, France, Portugal is probably a good bet. Because the way Hungary played against Portugal today, that's exactly the same way they're going to play against France. And Hungary are going to play the exact same way that they did against Portugal against Germany as well. So obviously there's a huge kind of difference in approach that they're going to have to make between these other 2 games. Ender vibes, welcome, my friend. How are you? How are you finding the game? Silver Surfer, I hate when they won against us on penalties. Who's they? Is that Germany? It's looking good. Yeah, no. Hey, I agree with you. Italy. Italy are going to sweep. Italy are going to sweep their group. They might not even concede in the group stages. Unreal. Portugal in the World Cup. Yeah. I hear you. Trust me, dude. As an Englishman, I'm half American, but I was born and raised in the UK. It's difficult to be an England fan. That's what I'll say. Such disappointment because we usually have such great players. You gotta love Roy Keane.
Mentality that have to obviously try and get back in the game, but also could be a big trouble. Yeah, and France just quite happy to sit in, play on the counter. There's no emphasis on that particularly, is there?
Yeah, winning 1-0 at half time, I think they are quite an uncomfortable zone. The Germans have to expose themselves and that will give space for Mbappe, Benzema, and Griezmann. I see more for France simply because they can't organise themselves on a throw. You know, France start to play, get the control of the ball. I can't see anything other than France.
Okay, looks like we're getting set for the second half here. I'm going to turn the TV down a little bit here. I need to probably put some light on the subject in here too. Or can you guys still see me okay? I feel like you can actually. Move this a little closer. Is it coming home? I don't think so, Ender. I'm sorry about that. But I don't think it's coming home, my friend. I think that England will probably make it through to, quarters, semis, something like that. We usually do. But then I think we'll come up against a team that is better. However, if England can get to the semis, everyone has to remember the semis and the final being played at Wembley Stadium. That's where I went to school. That's where I got my degree in international football business. That's the home of football. It's the home of English football, the home of world football. 90,000 people screaming, maybe 90,000, probably not with COVID, but you never know. Home advantage is worth its weight in gold. I know this match isn't a good indicator of that, but trust me. We should be getting James back in here pretty soon. We're going to have words with him if he's not back, Kai Havertz on the turn. That was nice. Kante tidying it up a little bit and cleared out. Rabiot. And you got Mbappe down this left-hand side. Good luck with that. Running at people, cuts in, cuts out. Well recovered from Hummels. That's such a scary proposition, having Kylian Mbappe running at you. Jeez. That's poor.
I'm here again. How am I rapping?
Good man.
First of all, Mbappe's running technique is so nice.
Yeah, it was so powerful. So powerful. We've been talking about whether it's coming home, James. And I said no. But what I did say is Wembley Stadium is the venue for the semis and the final. So if England can sneak their way into the semis, then maybe it is coming home.
I'm just saying. Apparently, the group that you are meant to get is France's group. So whoever finished second in France's group, you're going to get in the last 16.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But again, in terms of just flat out quality, I would say that it's going to be relatively comparable, and it's going to be up to Gareth, because you'd imagine the players who've not been available because of fitness will be back and will be available. But again, yeah, in my opinion, I think that if Maguire and Shaw are on the field, you have to play Henderson. And if Stones is playing, you have to play Walker. So to me, the back four and the goalkeeper really picks itself. I know not a lot of people necessarily feel that way, but And that's the thing, James. I think what's gonna frustrate me is that if we play some conservative team and formation against Portugal, France, or Germany, it's game over. It is game over.
Apologies, guys. I'm eating. Oh, beautiful turn by Paul Pogba.
Yeah, he's in the mood, isn't he?
Had a good game today. Haven't seen much of Benzema, to be fair, but he has been cleaning up scraps.
Right, true. Oh, careful, careful. I was saying, James, one thing that's kind of interesting is substitutes on both teams. There's nobody who you'd really, really want to come on if you're winning the game. So for France, they don't really have anybody to kind of keep the result. Like they've got Tolisso to come in, right? But apart from that, apart from maybe a change at fullback, there's nothing major that France can really do. And Germany as well. Like they've got Sane, and they've got a couple of dangerous, Werner. They've got some dangerous players, but they're kind of the players you'd want, kind of to a certain extent, when you're already winning the game, so that you can then get people on the break.
To be fair, they got Zuma that can come on and kind of withstand the game.
But
I do understand what you mean. I do.
Would you change centre back? Would you change centre back though?
Oh, but you can maybe put. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's not ideal. Like apart from Tolisso, they're kind of in trouble on who to make a change with. And Tolisso would probably only be for Pogba anyway. And even Pogba, you'd probably want him there for the height, wouldn't you?
Definitely, but who can come on for them? Timo Werner.
But he likes
Voller's actually decent.
Kevin Vollen, but yeah. But are you taking off Müller?
No.
You know who? Oh, that's a really nice pass. Oh, you idiot! He's so selfish. I do not rate him. Man, James, I do not rate Adrien Rabiot.
Jack, we got a question right here.
I'm going to assume that that's Morata or Werner. Werner, I think. I know it sounds ridiculous, but seriously, I'm going to be very British here and tell you that I love a hard worker. And the thing is, Timo Werner has been very unlucky. If Werner can just stay a few centimeters onside in a lot of his goals, he's going to have had a much better season than everyone claims that he's had. Morata for me has always been a very lucky footballer. He's gotten chances which he doesn't really fully deserve for teams that are way better than him, in my opinion.
I think, if I'm being honest, Morata is a better footballer than Timo Werner. Overall, like what he brings to the game, his hold-up play, works hard, links up better, all the stuff that striker would do. You would pick Morata, but I would personally go for Timo Werner. I think I can work with Timo Werner more.
Yeah. And also one thing you're going to get from Werner are those channel runs, fast as hell. He's gonna work for you, and if he's not scoring goals, he's definitely having a huge part in creating goals.
Jack, did Werner surprise you on how bad he's been for Chelsea?
Thing is, I don't think he's been that bad. I mean, the finishing has not been ideal, obviously, but I do think that it's a different. Oh no, dude! You have to score. This game should be a draw right now. Germany should have scored at least one of these. Man. Yeah, no, you know, I don't think he's been crazy bad. You know,
Mhm.
I think he's been okay. But I tell you what, if I'm Tammy Abraham, I'm thinking, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, but Jack, I don't think Tammy Abraham fills me with that sort of void of top striker. If I'm being honest, you know.
But the thing is, based on the way that Werner played this year, Tammy Abraham was playing better football than Timo Werner this season.
Jack, that to be fair, it's a difficult opportunity from Gnabry. He should hit the target, but I can see why he doesn't. Because what the ball's falling off his shoulder, there, like there's a guy in front of him. It's difficult. In fairness, that angle makes it look a little bit more easier, but it's still a difficult technique, especially if coming on a half volley.
He needs to hit the target. Maybe
Yeah,
not
minimum.
score.
Minimum hit the target.
He needs to hit the target. You know, if you're a right winger, opportunities like that come up all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Get up.
To me, that is the type of chance I would want to fall to Thomas Muller, if I'm being honest. You know, them type of awkward looking chances. He just, I don't know, he's just the way he just it hits off his shin, whatever, and it goes in the back of the net, and then like we get the old school 1970s celebration.
Yeah, exactly.
As we like it.
Germany look more likely.
Yeah, but that's the thing about it. If you remember what France did in that World Cup, they were never on the front foot. They only were on the front foot when they were asked a question.
Oh,
that was against Argentina.
Oh, good defending. Oh man, Kylian Mbappe is a dangerous football player.
He's an individual that he is the biggest out of like the players that we already know is like being great. Like you know, your Gareth Bales of the past, your Eden Hazard, obviously your Messi and Ronaldo.
Basket football finish. Oh. Oh, nice again. Oh my god, dude, Germany pushing the great pass. Oh.
We are watching two completely different games here. Because I just see the ball just played into Mbappe out wide. Could have been a chance.
You're behind me.
I was about to go Mbappe, and then like you're gonna go.
Oh, they're checking for a penalty. I don't think they'll give that.
So we have a question from Silver Surfer.
What do you guys think about Mbappe Giroud's verbal spat? I'll be honest, I didn't read too much about it. I don't like getting into that gossip.
What exactly happened? Because I seen like what about Mbappe talking about someone not passing to Giroud. Is that what it was about?
Dude, I didn't really see it. I didn't pay any attention.
If it was like, because I remember Mbappe was like talking about it, kind of went over it. I feel like it's just people just trying to hype up things that like we already know. Like again, would we rather see Mbappe pass to Griezmann and Benzema? Yeah, but Giroud's always going to be a player that brings something different. And yes, he's not as talented as them, but
like, he'll always come on.
Mbappe said that, listen, there's nothing wrong with Giroud. It's just it's to me it's just a narrative that the public likes to play when it comes to Giroud, if I'm being honest.
This will be a good test, to be fair, of France defensively. You know, I've been kind of critical of them. I think it's the weak part of their team.
Jack, all right, I'm going to ask you a question right now. If you can bring one player...
Oh! No way! He's on, dude! Oh, offside? Hang on a sec. Sorry, James, there's so much going on right now.
Listen, I feel like I'm so behind right now. It's actually ridiculous. But, careful.
Away. Oh my god, and it hit Gosens in the head. Jesus.
Jack, I was gonna say, sorry. Like, if you had to take one player from the last 10 years to come back to this Germany team, who would you bring back? And guys, answer the same question too. So to benefit this Germany team, a player who is now retired, but from the last 10 years to bring back, who would it be? That was a serious jack. He came flying in there.
Yeah, he did, and I think he kind of really connected with him. Damn, that is not. I'd probably need to get a list of names in front of me, James. My immediate thought is Bastian Schweinsteiger.
Yeah, that was one that came into mind.
So if I look at the Germany team from 2016, see if there's any names.
If I'm being truthfully honest, the first thing that pops into my head is an out-and-out striker. So Miroslav Klose. But does Miroslav Klose really like put me in the maybe in the World Cup, but in the Euros he hasn't been that great. But probably, yeah, if I'm being honest, like for what Germany need, a Miroslav Klose, I would say, you know. Because the midfield, Jack, look at the midfield, Gundogan and Toni Kroos. I'm not worried about that. Number 10, you got Thomas Muller. You could bring back, or do you know, in fact, just maybe a Lucas Podolski.
Podolski,
just a goal scorer. Yeah, I'll go for Lucas Podolski if I'm being honest. Guys, let me know. Let me know who would you bring back.
Yeah, because
I'll go for Lucas Podolski.
There's definitely some I'm such a big fan of Marco Reus as well. And he's not at his best these days, but Marco Reus kind of in his peak would have been a game changer for sure.
I think Marco Reus in his peak would have seen like more of a false nine. I think he would have played the false nine role that Thomas Muller played during them times in the World Cup. So yeah, to me that's a good shot. Also, Mario Gomez.
Gomez, yeah, I was just about to say, he's not the best. If you're asking me prime Giroud or prime Mario Gomez, I would take prime Giroud.
No, not over Mario Gomez. Jack. Come on,
really?
No. Mario Gomez is a much better goal scorer. Much better goal scorer.
I don't know.
Jack, there was one season where let me bring up some of Mario Gomez. He scored 40 goals for Bayern Munich.
Yeah, but again, is this in the Bayern Munich times when it was just them walking the league?
No. The year before that, yeah, but Jack, the year before that, Borussia Dortmund won back-to-back titles.
Yeah, but they play them twice. I don't know. I think that largely there's an overrated quantity to those teams with the much weaker. The leagues with the much weaker
Jack, here this out. 2011 when Bayern Munich. So 2011 and 2012 when like Bayern Munich lost the title to Borussia Dortmund in back-to-back years. He scored 39 goals in 41 goals.
Yeah,
that is incredible. Like he's some 28 goals for Stuttgart. He is a 35 goal season.
That 28 goal season from Stuttgart, that's impressive.
So he went 38. He had 28 and 28 and like 35 for Stuttgart, which is quite impressive. He even had another one for Besiktas with 28. Like he's a prolific guy when he's on it. Compared to Giroud, whose stats don't come out and hit you in the face.
But the thing is, I'm looking. For me, it's more of the eye test of just watching Giroud play. I think Giroud is the better player. More of a team player, happy to give more for the team. And also, James, what we have to remember is he's not had the opportunities to succeed that Mario Gomez has had.
Well, like Jack, he only got to play with like a very talented French team, Arsenal and Chelsea. I mean, that's not too bad.
No, but he didn't really get to play with Chelsea, did he? He's been a sub basically his whole time there.
No. I think this is the first year that Giroud's really been a sub. I feel like during the Sarri's time, he started his first season at Chelsea. He played his first season. I'm pretty sure he's won the penalty in the FA Cup final.
I mean, I'll look, but I'm pretty sure that his appearances would not compare at all with Mario Gomez.
I feel like Giroud's a striker that, to me, you couldn't win a league with. Tournament football could work, but Giroud, 38 games where you're told where you need your striker to be delivering at that level of give me 25 goals. Giroud isn't that guy. I think Mario Gomez is. I prefer Drew's link-up play over Mario Gomez's? Without a doubt. I've said it before. Link-up wise, I think Drew might be the best I've seen as a striker. The things he can do linking up, like just playing 1-2, bouncing around corners, ridiculous.
Damn it.
Germany just look like they're huffing and puffing now. Not really not really doing. Not really having that cutting edge, It's chance. You know when you watch a team, you're up, and that's what you feel like you're going to be for the rest of the game.
Do we think this ends 1-0?
Well, to be fair, Silver Surfer still has it predicting at 1-0. To be fair, at this moment in time, I don't agree with you because France, to me, when they sit back, they don't look very adventurous. But again, when you have Kylian Mbappe on the break, it's a different type of ball game. But
I feel like Germany will score next, then France will score. That's my. And to be fair, I did say 2-1.
So we have a great question right here. He goes, so what is your best national squad ever? Now, do you believe like formed? This is a tough one because the funniest thing about that is that I was speaking to my friend before this about what was a better team, Spain from 2008 to 2012 or like Brazil from 2002 to 2006, and we were kind of going back and forth, and like he was like to me, but what's it called again? Brazil didn't win the Copa America, but they did. So that Brazil team did what end up doing what Spain did in that time was really successful. The only thing that I would pick was that Spain's football style, could outweigh Brazil. But if you're talking about star quality and players, I think that Brazil team from 2002 to 2006, only team with 3 Ballon. Listen, Brazil's front 3 in the 2002 World Cup, all of them were Ballon d'Or winners. How crazy is that?
Unbelievable.
3 Ballon d'Or winners in a front 3. People talk about MSN and they look nice and most effective. Yes, you talk about star power over front 3. I've never seen anything like that.
Oh my God, James! Oh my God! Oh, he's been given offside, or they'll have to check this.
I'm guessing it's Kylian Mbappe just giving us a masterclass. Is it, Jack?
It was off. Oh, I don't know. He sent Kimmich. Like Kimmich had no idea. And the finish could not have been better.
I'm live on YouTube, please. Let me finish.
Yeah, no, not given. Offside. Offside, mate. Not given. Yeah, Mbappe just like that whole bit of play was in his complete control.
Jack, the kid is ridiculous. The kid is genuinely ridiculous. Also, France, Silver Surfer had France 98. I feel like France 2002 team was just ridiculous. Jack, I think he's offside. If I'm being honest, he just strips offside. But Jack, look at what we are seeing from this guy.
I know. Unreal.
Jack, it's not like he has space to run into. He's facing someone up, and he knows that he can't beat him. He sees a gap, and Mbappe is just, oh my days. The
one thing I'll throw out in terms of one of my picks, I do love those Dutch teams of the 80s with Frank Rijkaard and there were some just truly ridiculous Dutch teams over the years.
Jack, you talk about firepower too. I'm pretty sure I think all of them won a Ballon. It was Van Basten, Rijkaard and Hullet. I think they all won Ballon d'Or at a time.
So they've always got. I've always been a huge fan of Dutch football, though. So they've always had a soft spot for me. Italy over the years have had some serious squads too. The thing is, all jokes aside, some of the best national squads ever. England have had some of the most, on paper, some of the most incredible squads, but on the pitch they never did the business ever. So you cannot say, and as ridiculous as it sounds, thank you, man.
Thank you so much. Appreciate the support.
James, some of those squads with Terry and Ferdinand and Scholes and Lampard and Gerrard, and like there are some. I mean, geez, there are some serious players playing in some of these England squads, but they never did it. They never got it done. Oh, Germany applying some pressure now.
Yes, guys, we got a few more people in the building. If you haven't subscribed yet, guys, please hit that subscribe button and help us grow as a channel. Again, guys, can Germany get an equalizer in this? First of all, I need a goal from France and Germany. So come on, Gundogan, give me something.
I feel like they might have it in them. I mean, they're definitely going to have the opportunities to have it. But James, like you said, without the Miroslav Klose, without the Lucas Podolskis, who's going to be that main threat goal scorer? Because we've already talked about it. Muller's not really that guy. He is a clutch goal scorer, and he is capable. Yes. But in terms of just sheer numbers, Muller is not that guy.
Did you not feel like it was coming? Well, Leroy Sané coming on after. I mean, that's a different ball game. Hopefully, he comes on and produces the level that he should, because we all know he's a talented guy, but we need to see that old.
Here we go, both of them, Sané and Werner. James, what do you think about What do you think about an outside the box Toni Kroos special? Is that out of the realms of possibility?
I mean, I don't really see Toni Kroos as that guy. Toni Kroos outside the box. He's gonna do it.
He's got it in him.
To be fair, you're chasing the game. Why not? You need a striker. You might as well put him on.
Right.
I know everyone's okay, he's not gonna score, but he's a striker. You never know. In Timo Werner might come up gold for them. What have you made of Kai Havertz today?
He's actually looked really good. I think the thing that will always frustrate me with Kai Havertz is if you're going to be this superstar guy, you can't just look good and look comfortable on the ball. You need to make some stuff happen to change the game, and I feel like he hasn't really done that yet. Do
you know when you were describing Kai Havertz, you mentioned Kaká, and I felt like he was nothing like Kaká, but I think it was Rio Ferdinand who gave a great comparison to him. He's almost like a Dimitar Berbatov, laid back. He has the ability, the touch, whatever. He has all of that, but he isn't that type of guy that's going to run through. He's going to run through bricks. He's going to give you a moment of class, maybe a turn here or there. That's just something different.
Let's see who it is, though. This is what's going to be kind of fascinating because Ginter has just gone down. And I wonder if France are thinking about going to a back four. See, this would be fascinating. So Toni Kroos is going to the sideline? Maybe just to get water, though, to be fair. Oh, Emre Can. Emre Can's getting his shirt on. So maybe Can for Ginter and then Werner and Sané as before. Spurs 9501. Guys, do you think a single win can get you through to the last 16 as a best third place team? I'm not so sure. Maybe, I wouldn't rule it out, maybe one of the teams getting through that way. But I would say that on the most part, there's probably going to be a couple of the group stages, which will be the whipping boys, which will have 0. So then it really will be the odd group that maybe can get some 4 points. Sorry, the odd team that have managed to get, sneak 4 points or anything of that nature. But I'll tell you what, 3 points, one of those third place teams might get through with that.
It does, because if you remember, Portugal drew 3 games in a row, and they got 3 points. So I feel like 3 points in a high scoring game would get you through.
Right.
So I'm pretty sure they're going to go through goal difference or something like that. So
that's why
right now. Please tell me Gundogan isn't coming off.
So we got Sane coming on for Havertz. I believe Emre Can's going to come on or has come on for Ginter, and it looks like Werner has come on for Serge Gnabry. Oh no, or is Serge Gnabry playing midfield? Damn, I wasn't paying attention. I was reading the thing. I'm going to have to check.
No. Serge Gnabry came off.
Oh, he did. So Werner for Gnabry. I don't blame it. I think that there are two wingers there, or wide players who prefer playing with space to run into. And actually, to be fair, France's line is still pretty high. So actually, I don't hate the change.
Are you a fan of the 5 substitutes or what?
Yes. Yeah, I love it. I think that it enhances the tactical flexibility for managers and for teams. So, it makes me think, because James, think about it. You could go crazy in terms of changes, and you could totally flip a game if you thought that a different shape or personnel would suit. And then obviously you're giving the opposition manager an opportunity to then change to face you. You know what I mean?
Also, if a team wins this Euros, would you put an asterisk over it?
What with regards to the fans and COVID and stuff?
Yeah, and all these different stuff there.
Yeah, I would. I mean, don't get me wrong. It was great to watch the Hungary-Portugal game and see 67,000 fans in the stadium. That was awesome. I love that. Every time Ronaldo touched the ball, every time Ronaldo touched the ball, it's just boos and jeering him and stuff. But the thing is, there are still fans, and even 10,000 fans, 20,000 fans can still make a lot of noise. So it's less of an asterisk to those matches where there is 0 fans, but it still does have a little bit of a wasn't the same as all the other ones. I feel bad more for the players, than anything else, because I mean, it won't happen now, but there seems to be a certain level of lifting a trophy in an empty stadium. That's just sad.
I feel like they're going to try to get fans in again. With Wembley, they're not going to be that much. To me, if you can get more fans in like Portugal, you might as well just take it to Portugal then, or even Hungary, for instance. If you can get like 70 odd fans there, why not?
But James, there's going to be a team from the UK who's not going to be very happy with that.
What team? Scotland.
Yeah, Scotland. when they win on Friday.
Oh my God. Imagine if Scotland win. Oh, that would be mad, Jack.
Yeah. Can I just tell you? I was trying to explain. I was talking to my family about it. I was like, look, football players all play on a pretty high level across the board. It's very fine margins, and one of those fine margins is the mental, psychological side of the game. And those Scotland players, this is their first Euros in a hot minute. On top of that, they lost to the Czech Republic, which is going to be frustrating. And now they're playing their oldest rivals, and they're going to try and, screw them over as much as they can. So I'm not telling you that Scotland are going to win, but I'm telling you that anybody who thinks it's just going to be a walk in the park for England, you are crazy. Also, James as well. A lot of that Scotland squad know the England squad very, very well. Because a lot of them are playing in either the Scottish League or the English League. Oh my God, Kylian Mbappe is a joke. Kylian Mbappe is a cheat code. That's a penalty. Oh my God, he's not giving it. That looked like a video game. That looked like when you go in and you edit the character and just bump all their stats up to max. That's what that looked like. You'll see it in a second. I know it's against Hummel, so it's probably not a fair race, but Jesus.
No, Mbappe is Mbappe.
But that's what I mean. That's what's scary, James. It's with the ball. Like, it's the same speed with the ball.
It's Mbappe, just such a problem. The way he brings him there is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's an absolute joke.
I don't think it was a penalty because the way the ball does it. Yeah. The ball changes direction, but it changes direction in the direction Hummels wanted the ball to go to. So already not a penalty.
Do you think did that remind you of Bale against Mark Bartra at all?
Oh, listen.
That's what I was thinking about.
I
was
feel
like,
like that
oh,
was a
man.
little bit more impressive. I felt like,
yeah.
because look at the start Hummels got.
I know. Nuts. No, we got the ball. Up you get. Oh, that wasn't great from Lloris. Oh. Jesus, man. Oh, man. He's a joke.
Unbelievable.
He's just killing people. And what I love about it, I kind of love it. I also kind of don't. Like, there's no flicks or tricks. Like, he is
Oh
just
no.
burning people.
Mbappe also loves his flicks and tricks.
He
I feel like
does. But his best skill is just no messing around, just burning.
Listen, when you have pace, you don't need skill. When you just to me, it's just about being effective. Can you be effective in the final third? Can you be effective to help your team create chances, score goals? And he does that. Mbappe running channels, doing all these type of stuff there. He's just an incredible breed of a football player.
He gets the ball, but you could argue he goes through the back of Mbappe. They just did the reverse angle.
Yeah. Paul Pogba with the little shimmy love. I love that. Paul, come on, put it in there. Paul Pogba, a little standing, little jiggle.
Yeah, the little, yeah. Oh, Leroy Sané.
Pop it off. Timo Werner, my days.
Oh, that was an ambitious pass. Who was that? Ten minutes left. Oh, dude, I love Joshua Kimmich. Oh my god. Have France made a single change yet? They haven't, have they?
No.
Even Rabiot's still on. Robin Gosens is an impressive player. No. I just wonder what risk you take if you're France in terms of resting people. Like would you just play everybody in this game, play everybody against Portugal, and then maybe play a slightly rotated team against Hungary?
I would.
Yeah.
As I said, like
that's what I'd probably
I
go.
I wouldn't want to go to the last game like having to win and having the pressure and all that. Again, it goes because it does give you momentum at the same time. But if you can have it wrapped up early, why not do that?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, good challenge, Griezmann.
It looks like again it's petering towards that 0-0 type game.
Right. I just want, yeah. How much do you think goal difference is going to play in this group?
I think definitely massive.
Cause,
I feel like it's not just in the group. I think it's the overall play of that third place.
Right. Get on your bike. Get on your bike. He's offside. Damn it. I think he's offside.
You think that there'll be any team that gets maximum points?
Benzema has just scored, but I'm pretty confident Thingy's offside. I'm pretty sure Mbappe's offside. I might be wrong.
Is it given a goal or no?
They've given it, I think. Oh, it's close.
I feel with Mbappe, he's always borderline, you know?
Yeah. I mean, you know, it's good. It's good all around football, but it'll be interesting to see whether they give this. I think it's offside, but the thing is, it depends. Like, I don't know if they're doing the whole line stuff. Yeah, he's changed the decision. He's changed the decision. It was offside. Okay, I'm all right with that. I mean, it's the right call. Pogba should have.
I think he's miles offside.
Miles?
Yeah.
But there's the cut lines in the pitch. He's basically on line with the thing.
The only one is Hummels that might have kind of played him onside, but I think it's clear to see that he's offside.
Oh, he led with his arm there. Refs let that go. All right. Couple Germany changes too. Last 5-7 minutes or so. Oh, good pullback. Humble! Yep, he's given it.
I'm watching the game of Jack, to be fair. And Jack calls, I'm like, is it?
How do you stand on spoilers? Do you want me to tell you what's going on, or do you want me to just?
I don't mind.
Okay.
You know,
because I can just let it go. So Ginter is coming off, I believe, for Chan, and then Volland. I'd be really interested to see who Volland's coming on for. Is it going to be Muller?
Can't be.
No, Gerson's. Oh my god. Okay. So. Oh my god. I have no idea what they're doing at the back then.
Free kick, Germany, Jack.
Yeah, is it back three? Kimmich and the centre backs. So you got Sane and Kroos over it. Sane's hit it. Ah, dude, no way. Awful.
What? He went for goal?
Yeah, he went for goal. Probably shouldn't have even gone for goal. Yeah, he's decently offside. To be fair, they've done the line thing. He's like his back foot was even offside. So here we go. Tolisso for Benzema. Yeah, Tolisso for Benzema.
It looked like they're just trying to slow down this game completely.
Yeah. Oh, good defending. Corner for Germany. Tony Kroos over it. No, bad delivery. Didn't beat the first man.
It just seems like this game is just going to peter out now. You know, Germany just don't have that. Germany just remind me of Spain. Just that lack of cutting edge is not there as it used to.
Yeah, as it kind of used to be. I agree with you. That's the thing as well. Like, you know, even something silly like Podolski pulling in off the right onto his left foot. You don't even have that anymore.
You know, like Jack, how many prior Thomas Muller, how many of goal scorers you have there? I'll give you Serge Gnabry, but he isn't like a main goal scorer. Kai Havertz has goals in him, but
they're not even really on, James. That's the thing.
You know, Sane's not a goal. He's attacking threat, but not a goal. Yeah. You look people who offer goals. Like I look at the France team. They got Benzema and Benzema and Mbappe who are bona fide goal scorers.
Right. I would well it's why I think I would have probably started with Muller and Werner personally. I think you need to start with both those guys. And don't get me wrong, I know it sounds a bit silly to say nowadays, but Timo Werner's not really that much of a goal scorer, but he will provide you with at least opportunities to score.
And his threat is there. That's one thing that you cannot deny. Oh, that's a terrible ball by Muller, but it was on his weaker foot.
Yeah. Six added minutes, but Rabiot has now gone down. Right, I'm going to mute my headphones. I have my ears, so I'm going to mute the TV and take my headphones out.
Can Tanga be get into this starting 11? If I'm being honest, no.
I think so. Over he's much better player than Rabiot. Kante and Pogba aren't touchable in my opinion, but he's better than Rabiot.
But is he better than someone like Tolisso? I feel like Dembele has ability, but to me it's just wasted ability because we see it, but we want it to affect the game. I don't believe he affects football games enough. You might get one or two flashes of like genius, but then flashes of genius are just little moments and highlights that like you can put in a nice highlight reel. You need moments where like he might beat one or two players and find a pass into like a Harry Kane or something like that leads to something. That's what he doesn't do yet. And I haven't watched Tango Dembele and be like, oh wow, he's dominated the game today completely. And that's what you should do as a midfielder.
Thing is, James, in my opinion, if you have the luxury of having N'Golo Kante in your starting 11, you know, player starting 11 with two central midfielders, you know, like try and allow yourself that opportunity to embrace being better in other parts of the field. You know, that's what I would do. I don't think France need to force a third midfielder in there. I think they're absolutely fine as they are. Maybe just have Griezmann come a little deeper.
You know, I would free up that like extra spot for Griezmann where like you can add it if you want Kingsley Coman, Ousmane Dembele, and then that's just more attacking force going forward. Again, this France team, the luxuries around it. Jack, one player that we don't seem to mention is Ben Yedder.
Ben Yedder, yeah, from
Ben Yedder.
Yeah.
Did he not move to Monaco or something like that? Or like, is he playing for Sevilla?
He may have done. I like him, but I don't think he's that great.
Hey, let me try to find this, and then just look at other names there that I can mention. Jack, even like a Thomas Lemar, you know, someone a bit different. like that.
Again,
Like this team is so talented.
He's not been crazy impressive either. I don't know. I would. I don't know.
Also, France have freaking two goalkeepers on the bench. They don't need that.
To be fair, I think a lot of teams are doing that. Speak of the devil, James, Ousmane Dembele for Adrien Rabiot.
Yeah, we're like what 1 minute to go,
and less. Well, this feels like it's going to be 1-0. We got probably about 3 minutes of game time left. And again, James, like you said, I mean, I think Germany probably have one more chance, maybe 1.5 more chances, you know.
What do you think of Marcus Thuram? I know Tottenham fans are...
Borussia Mönchengladbach kid. Yeah, no, I mean, talented player, but I've heard people talk about, like, that's their replacement for Harry Kane. Like, let's be realistic. You know, let's be realistic here. I'm not trying to say that Marcus Thuram is a bad player, but what I am trying to...
I don't think there is a proper replacement out there for Harry Kane.
But I think there's guys with higher ups. You know, like I really like Fiorentina, Dusan Vlahovic. I think he's fantastic. I would, if I was Spurs, I'd take a punt on him. Andrea Belotti, if Roma are about to sign him for 25 million euros, I'd take a punt on him.
Listen, Belotti is someone that I feel like every team should look at and be like, look at your record in Serie A. Why can't you not do it in the Premier League? Like, Belotti is one where he might end up like a Ciro Immobile. He's great for his club, but on the world stage.
Yeah. You know, James, Andre Silva just scored 28 goals in the Bundesliga last year. Even like another one, Danny Ings, James. I know people might sigh and go, "Oh, really? What a downgrade!" But
Jack, is it mad if I would take Danny Ings over DCL?
Oh, I don't think it's mad. I don't think it's mad. I would ask you, like, are you taking Danny Ings over Ollie Watkins or?
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. That was their last chance, and it's gone.
Also, Joachim Löw right now, you just know he's kind of done. He has gray hair. He's been in this job for a minute. You know, he's done an amazing job, but I think it kind of has to come to an end now. If I'm being truthfully honest.
And you know, Hansi Flick, we'll see what kind of a job he can do. But German football, you know, is not in a fantastic position right now.
Yeah, but I feel like it also has the Germans will always rise. That's one thing about this team, like the way that they just churn. Jack, the most consistent team in probably the history of football is probably Germany.
Yeah, they might be, but
even more than Brazil.
But what I would say, oh my god! But what I would say is, you know, Germany are at no risk of winning the World Cup next year. Let's put that out there. Oh. No, damn. You know, I look at, you know, James is you know, even the World Cup next year, is Neuer going to be the keeper? Is Muller going to start? Is Hummels going to start?
I feel like if they're fit enough, play him.
Yeah.
You know. Like they just came off another golden era for them. Like if they produce another golden era, it's borderline cheating.
Yeah, I mean it's the thing with the French team that's scary is, you know, we've already talked about it. They got 4 starting 11s that could all do bits and maybe get out of this group seriously. And the problem is as well in the first, second, third, or fourth.
Think about it. They were so good that they could transfer a player to Spain in Laporte, you know,
a good player,
free transfer. That's ridiculous. Also, I need to get my France top on. You know, I might have to get that on soon. A la bleu, they call me. I could be French.
Yeah, what we on to round 2 of game weeks tomorrow?
Yeah, first week kind of done. Jack, what you think about coming in and maybe giving everyone maybe like a daily review of each game, or like coming live?
I could maybe try and do that, especially that. Oh, look, Rudiger and Pogba talking, because I think Rudiger kind of bit him.
Yeah, Rudiger. I don't know what he did to him, but as I said, first of all, Pogba with France feels so different. I feel like he has an arrogance to him that's so nice, you know.
Yeah. Well, first of all, he's playing with better players. You know, across the board, he's playing with better players. But yeah, no, I mean, you know, I might do. I guess it kind of it will depend. It will depend what's happening and what I'm doing.
Jack, since the World Cup is next year,
yes,
is this the best chance we've ever seen a team to go back to back?
Oh, in terms of a Euros and a World Cup?
No, I'm talking about World Cup to like go back to back on World Cup.
No, but it's going to be longer for the World Cup, is it not?
No, but like, is this the best chance that we see with this French team to go back to back? Because me looking, okay, the Spanish team going into 2014 World Cup wasn't that great.
No.
Brazil, to be fair, Brazil was great in 2006. That's not a lie. They were great. Again, Ronaldo was past it by that time, but they were still a very good side. But this team just looks hungry and like, this is a young team here.
Yeah, and the thing is, as well, like, even like your Dio Upamecano's, Ibrahima Konate, Camavinga,
Asamoah.
Yeah, you know, there's enough players there who especially with, you know, a couple of other games under their belt for bigger teams as well, we could be, you know, the team could get better. That's what's really scary. Against Spain, what's going to happen? Like, maybe Benzema doesn't start. Maybe, right? Maybe Giroud isn't even in the squad. Maybe. Apart from that, like, maybe Lloris isn't your starting goalkeeper. But apart from that, it's going to be basically the exact same squad.
Same team. And it's not like when that Spain team came around the second time, Xavi wasn't starting for Barcelona. Well, he was, but it wasn't the same Xavi. You know, you had players who were kind of coming to the end of David Villa wasn't the same guy. Fernando Torres wasn't the same player. Fabregas was much older, you know. So this team, they all look in the peak of their powers, and players like N'Golo Kante with a bit more experience, a bit more know-how. They've all kind of been to the farm. They know what it's like. They smelt the cookies.
What I would say though, mate, is it's going to be a weird World Cup. Right, it's in Qatar. It's going to be in air-conditioned stadiums. The time of day that the matches are going to be, like the culture shock. There's going to be a lot of stuff that's going to be weird. So it's not honestly going to shock me if actually we get a weird winner or we get a weird final or something of that nature happens. You know. Also, these South American teams have got a point to prove, James. We haven't seen much kind of dominance from these South American teams.
I actually said that myself. I think there's been one. Yeah, there've been one. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
There've been one South American team in the finals since Brazil won it in 2002, right. And you going back before then, it was. I know Germany won it, and like Italy would jump in here or there, but it was South American dominance all the way. Brazil was literally in every final. Right. Argentina would have a pinch in there with like Diego Maradona. Europe are as strong as ever when it comes to dominating on the world stage. But again, Messi's last goal, can Neymar finally deliver? I think Uruguay's kind of past it now. You know,
feels like it, doesn't it?
If I'm being truthfully honest, that to me, that great Uruguayan team, to be fair, they're very successful. Champions, a World Cup semi-final. They have a Copa America in there too, but like yeah, you're right. And I was thinking about this too. I would love to see an African team win. That would be special.
Oh,
see an African team win it, and even an Asian team win it. Maybe not America. The one team I don't want to win is America. No.
Oh, mate, you and me both.
Listen, the World Cup will turn into the Super Bowl then. You know.
I think that apart from your own country, I think that everybody would want to see an African team win it. You know, it's one of these things where there's been such a culture and such a love for football. There's a certain argument, and I don't think I'm being too crazy here. There's a certain argument that Africa are right up there with South America and Europe in terms of love of football. You could potentially,
Jack, without like the love that they have for football over there is ridiculous.
Like I'd say, you know, Europe, as silly as this may sound, Europe might be number 3 in that conversation. You know, I know that.
Jack, I really don't disagree with you there. Yeah. You might even say South America number 1 because
they probably are.
Like they live and breed football in countries in Africa, in like teams in Africa. Definitely second or first. You know, it would be so special. You know, and I think with England, like there's so many different sports out there. You got your cricket, you got like all these rugby, all that, like all that sort of stuff. Obviously, football is the number 1 sport, but you know. Also, is it a shame that this game finished off an own goal? Like all the quality on show and the finishes off an own goal.
It's a shame, but I think the feel of the game was totally different. It felt like a big game. You know, this was not a Portugal, Hungary, Italy, Turkey. This was both these teams are good, and if somebody makes a mistake, the other team will score.
Also, Turkey, in my opinion, underperformed so badly.
Oh, for sure.
They proper underperformed. Italy were spectacular, but they proper underperformed. But first round, moving into the second round right now. I can't wait for teams to loosen up now. I think the second game is where it's kind of like, okay, if we want to go through, we have to give a performance now. So now you're going to see teams really going for it. Scotland, they're going to have to go for it against England. Maybe a point might do there, but I would still want to see them go for it. You know, majority of teams are going to have to go for it now. Actually, what am I saying? They have to go for it because they can't afford to know what's going to happen in the second game. So they got to go for it, you know.
I think across the board, everybody has to go for it each and every time. I think that what some nations will do, though, is try and get draws against the bigger teams and then hope to win the, bad game. Ah, jeez.
But yeah, guys, thank you for watching this live. I hope you have enjoyed it. We will try to do as many as we can, especially in the knockout stages where like it really, really matters. We're gonna try and do as much live streams as we possibly can. We're also gonna come in with more content because I realize we haven't given that much content. We have a quick question from Sammy.
I'll keep saying it. Ruben Diaz doesn't get in the France team. Sammy, you are incorrect.
Sammy, people say he's the best defender in the world right now, but would France really swap him for Kimpembe? I don't think so.
I think they'd swap him for both of those guys, personally.
Varane? Yeah,
I think he's better than Varane right now. But I think the big difference is going to be when that big Dutch guy comes back. We'll have to start seeing who's the best centre back in the world when that happens.
Listen, Virgil to me is by far the best. But yes, guys, thank you for watching. This is Box to Box Football. We will be back with a lot more stuff. Please stay tuned. If you haven't already, please subscribe. We are close. We're on our way to 500. Right? Yeah, a little bit more. Keep on hitting that subscribe button. Let's get to 500 by the Euros. That is the aim. 500 by the Euros. Fingers crossed we make it. But you guys got to help us out by subscribing. Thank you for watching. This is Box to Box Football, and we will see you next time.
See you later, guys.